being essentially the economy of France, and then to the prime minister. What a journey, what ambitions. No matter how big you get, if you lack the ability to know when to stop. Hi, my name is Cecilia and welcome to my channel. So for this video, I'm talking about the importance of knowing when to stop. And I think the past few days, it's been on my mind a lot how to make myself more self-disciplined. Specifically in my case, it's with snacks, it's with desserts, it's with sugar. So right around a year ago, I started going into a diet because I noticed that I was really gaining weight. And at that time, my motivation was more that I really wanted to look good, I really wanted to fit in clothes. And I actually did lose about 10 pounds after some very extreme diets and exercise. But I've noticed recently, starting from the holiday season, I've gained a few pounds back. And also, I noticed that I was getting back into the habit of eating dessert without limit, snacking at midnight, especially the past, I want to say, 1 week. It's like an addiction. Even though I wasn't hungry, even though I knew it would be bad for my body, even though I knew I would regret it, I just couldn't stop myself until I'm feeling really full. And that's not a great habit to have. And then it really affects my sleeping schedule. It was horrible. So I just thought to myself that I needed to do something about it. I've taken all my snacks to my office because I noticed this problem of myself. Once I get into the habit, it's really hard to stop. So I have to cut the behavior out. But I also saw a post yesterday. It was talking about how people with cigarettes addiction, a lot of them choose to not buy a whole pack. Instead, they just buy like one bag each time at the store. And I thought, oh, I really relate to that because I realized for myself that's what happens with dessert and sugar. If I keep them at home, as soon as I get into the habit, I just don't have the self-control to not reach for them. So that's why I've been thinking about self-discipline and self-control. And I was just working out earlier. I was watching the documentary, The Ascent of Money, where in that episode, they're talking about John Law and the Mississippi bubble. The narrator was saying how John Law went from a professional gambler to owning so many estates to being essentially the economy of France, and then to the prime minister. And stories like that always struck me because what a journey, what ambitions. But the problem in the end was he didn't know how to stop. He created a financial system that was unstoppable. The bubble just became larger and larger. So no matter how high you go, how much you achieve in life, no matter how big you get, if you lack the ability to know when to stop, that could really bring you down at critical moments. And I have read somewhere that obsession is the number one habit of highly successful people. And I think that obsession is very interconnected with addiction. It could be on food, it could be gambling, it could be money, it could be power. And it got me thinking that I realized that's the whole point of trying to get into the habit of self-discipline and self-control, even in your daily life. Having that ability to pause, to reflect, and to choose rationality over your impulse. When it's related to something like food, it might seem very trivial, but it's the fact that you get yourself into the mindset of always choosing rationality, choosing to be stoic. That habit that you built from small things, from your day-to-day life, that's what's gonna help you when you're actually successful, when you actually have to make really tough decisions, when you actually have to face whatever that's in your dark side, the greed, the addiction, whatever it is. That's the value of knowing how to stop. And that's the whole point of practicing self-discipline every single day. So yeah, just a little thought that I had today. Thank you so much for watching and bye.